Hello, welcome everyone. Today is already our last session for the TASMO preparation, and we can see today we will talk about the sample paper 5. So before the class, please make sure you already found the paper, okay? Hello everyone, there's only 2 minutes before the class, so make sure right now you already prepare your paper, also your pencil and eraser, okay? Today is already the last session, and we can see today we will talk about the sample paper 5. So after the class, except for sample paper 5, what you need to do? Yes, also review the sample paper 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you still haven't finished some of them, you also need to take a look at them and then do it before the TASMO. Okay, so then make sure you can have well prepared. If you can hear me clearly and also the internet is good, you can type 1 in the chat box, okay? Okay, good to see you. Many old friends, right? Okay, right now prepare your paper and also your pencil and eraser. Only 1 minute before the class. Hello. Okay, it is 4 p.m. already. Welcome everyone. Today it is still Teacher Jing that will learn together with all of you. And in this session, we will talk about the sample paper 5. This is already the last sample paper for TASMO preparation. Welcome. Congratulations, everyone. You can see last week we said that we can prepare with our team, right? So we also have the team award. Since that, we've already received 28 groups. 28 groups that can prepare with all of us and see which group will get the awards below. Okay, so everyone, if you are still interested, you can let your parents find a group for you. 3 of us will become a new group. And everyone, you can see, you can also give your own team a name. For example, we get many creative names like this. Clever Cues, P1 team, K-pop Demon Hunter. Okay, it means all correct, right? Yes. So if you want to have a team, you just make sure that there are 3 teams at the same year group. And then you can find our service teacher in the chat group and submit your group member list. That will be fine, okay? So everyone, this time, let's take a look. As for sample paper 5, Teacher Jane received 30, until now, I think almost 40 submissions. And the average score is 65. And you can see the score below. If you are above 51, then you are you get more scores than 25% of all the kids. And if you get more than 69, that means you are more than you got higher higher score than 50% of us. And okay, so if you get more than 90, that means you get really high score. Okay, so everyone, let's get started. As for today, the sample paper 5, let's take a look. Which question is quite hard that a lot of us got it wrong? Firstly, everyone, let's turn to the page of the question 5. If you got the question 5, then type 1 in your chat box, okay? This is the question about the digits. So every time when we take a look at this kind of question that ask you about like how many thousands, how many ones, how many hundreds, how many like 10,000 or something, you always turn the words into numbers before you do the calculation, because sometimes if you just look at the words, it's so complex, right? So for example, let's see the first option. Option A. Can you tell me what is the number here? 7,000 plus 23 ones. Do you know what is the number? 7,000. We can just label this is 7,000, right? Label together with Teacher Jane. And then 23 ones is what? Just 23, right? So what is this number? Good job. Yeah, good job, everyone. Okay, Maggie. Okay, everyone, so we can see this is 7,023. And then as for the option B, we can also turn it into numbers. Can you tell me what is this number? 7,000 is just 7,000, so we can write it down here. And then 23 tens, that means 23 groups of tens. After we do the plus, then we can just see the number should be 230, right? Because previously we also learned that 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 10 is 20. That means every time if we times 10 with some number, that means we just add a 0 at the back. That will be fine. So everyone, we can see what is this number? 7,230. Good job. Then let's move on to the next question. Option C. 7,000 is just 7,000, right? And then 203 ones. So what is the number here? Type in your chat box. Good job. That will be 7,203, right? Then how about the option D? Option D. 72,000. 72,000 and 3 ones. Oh my god, this number is too big, right? So we can see this is already look like this 5-digit number. And then option E, what is this? 72 hundreds and 3 ones. 7,203, right? So in the end, everyone tell me, if we want to find which number equals the 7,230, what option should we choose? Type in your chat box. Yes, good job. That will be option B, right? So every time when we talk about the number digits, we can always convert them to the numbers before we do the calculation. Okay, so everyone, this time let's turn to the page question 6. If you get question 6, type 1 in your chat box. Before that, we can do a warm-up together. Everyone, you see, there are 3 little frogs. One of them is different from the others. All of them, Teacher Jane just rotate the pictures. One of them is different. Can you tell me which one is different? A, B, C. Which check? Yeah, that will be option B. Let's take a look why, okay? So everyone, firstly, I can rotate all of them and let's observe together. How about I just make sure that they like this? Okay, the A, after I rotate, it looks like this. After I rotate B, it looks like this. The face is towards the left side, right? And then the option C, okay, after rotation, it towards the right side, right? So tell me which one is the odd one? Which one is different from the others? Yeah, that will be B. So here is the hint that what you need to do is just to turn the frogs upright. Okay, and then this time let's take a look at the question 6. Which one is the odd one odd? So what you need to do is just to rotate your paper and observe the special space, right? The special part, for example, the shaded part. And after observation, you will know that option E is different from the others because you can see the triangle, it should be towards the left side, but in option E, it is towards the right side, right? Good job. So this is why E is wrong. Good job, Ifan. Good job, Maggie. Good job, Annie, everyone. Very well done. Okay, so the answer here should be E. Then, this time, let's move on. Question 9. Everyone, turn to the page of question 9. After you get question 9, type 1 in your chat box. Okay, so let's read the question together. Everyone, Qiqi and Lily are reading the same storybook, which has a total of 68 pages. Underline the keyword. If when you are doing the question, you still haven't underlined, then let's underline together, okay? After a few days, Qiqi has 31 pages left unread. Means we already read how many, you can think in your mind. And Lily has half of the book left unread. How many pages have they read in total? So we want to see how many pages we have read, right? In total. Then let's firstly take a look. Qiqi read how many? Let's see. In total, there are 68 pages. After a few days, Qiqi has 31 pages left, which means how can we find he read how many? We need to use plus or minus. Minus, right? Use the total minus the part we've already read. Then we can see what is the answer here. 37. And then, how about Lily? How can we find Lily read how many? Yeah, Lily has half of the book unread. That means she read how many? Half of the book, right? Then how can we find half? We should do division, right? That is 68 divided by 2. That will be 34. So we want to see how many pages they have read in total. Then what should we do? In total, we need to do plus, minus, times, or divide. Plus, right? So we can see 37 plus 34, that give us 71. So the final answer should be A. Good job. Then, everyone, this time, turn to the page of questions 10. Question 10. This question we already practiced a lot, right? Which means counting 2D shape is really important. Okay? Counting 2D shape is really important. Make sure you're very familiar. Okay, let's see how many triangles are there in the figure below. So we can see last time we said we need to count in order, right? Think about how teacher Jane teach you. Should we just count randomly, like here, one by one? Cannot, right? We need to count in order from the smallest. We can see in this picture there are several parts. So we can see how about one part? Then how many triangles we can find? 1, 2, 3. There's 3, right? This one, is it a triangle? Yes or no? Type in your chat box. No, this is not a triangle, right? We can see if we combine only one part, then we can find 3 triangles. Then how about we combine 2 parts together? How many triangles we can have? Let's see. 1 triangle, 2 triangles. Oh, sorry. 3 triangles, 4 triangles. So we can see there are 4 triangles if we combine 2 parts together. Okay, and then let's count. How about we combine 3 parts together? How many triangles we can have? 1. Is it a triangle? Obviously not, right? Okay, so after we combine some of them, we will see that we can never find a triangle if we combine 3 parts together. Okay, then the last one. How about we combine 4 parts together? Everyone, type in your chat box. How many triangles we can have? Just one, right? Okay, so we can see this time we can have one. So if we want to know how many triangles are there in total, we just do the plus, right? 3 plus 4 plus 1 give us 8. So the answer here should be Yahoo! B, correct. Then everyone, this time let's move on. Question 11. Question 11. Have you got the question 11? Okay, so everyone, let's see. This time, something has happened. Okay, Leo has a box of chocolates. He gave half of them to his aunt. So firstly, this is Leo. And Leo, in the beginning, do we know how many he have? Seems don't know, right? But we can draw a blank here. Okay, he gave half of them to his aunt. That means what should we do? Plus, minus, times, or divide? Type in your chat box. Yeah, we need to divide, right? Give half means right now we only have half of it that we need to divide it by 2, right? Then we can get a number. But do we know what is the number right now? Seems don't know, right? And then he ate 6 himself. So this time, what should we do? Plus, minus, times, or divide? Type in our chat box. Yeah, that means we need to minus 6, right? 8, 6. I eat 8, 6. That means we need to minus 6. And then after that, he gave half of the remaining to his cousin. So this time, what should we do? Give half of the remaining. So what should we do? Plus, minus, times, or divide? Divided by 2, right? And then in the end, he had 7 chocolates left. So this time, let's think about. Right now, we got 1, 2, 3. 3 blanks, right? I call them as A, B, C. Can you tell me which blank is easier to start with? A, B, C, which one? Type in your chat box. We need to start with which blank? Yeah, we need to start with C, right? Because you can see if we start from A, then we get so many unknown blanks, right? Unknown information. So we need to start with C. So we think about what number after we divide it by 2 that give us 7. So how should we do? That will be 14, right? If until now you're still not familiar with the times table, you need to review it every day, okay? Promise? And then let's see. This time let's go back to the black B. We can see some number minus 6 give us 14. What is the number here? Type in our chat box. What minus 6 give us 14? That would be 20, right? Okay, so that means this number is 20. Okay, and then let's go back to the first blank. Right now, our question becomes some number divided by 2 give us 20. Then what is this number here? Type in our chat box. Yeah, that will be 40, right? Okay, so we can see the final answer here should be 40. So the answer should be C. Okay, then around this time, let's move on to the next question. But before that, let's warm up a little bit. This time, we're gonna talk about the question 12. How many different ways connected city A to city C? I know that a lot of us maybe just count like from here to here, here to here. We just count one by one. But today, Teacher Jean gonna teach you a new way. That is, we can use the times to do it. But before that, everyone, let's firstly think about how many times they will high five with each other. Yeah, this time we can just firstly find a king, right, to start with. We can start with the first king, Teacher Mingjie. Okay, so Teacher Mingjie will high five with Teacher Apple and then Teacher Jane. So this time, no more that we can high five with. So this time, let's think about who will be the next king. Apple, right? Teacher Apple. But do we still need to high five again with Teacher Mingjie? No need, right? Because Teacher Mingjie high five with Teacher Apple at the same time. Teacher Apple also high five with Teacher Mingjie, right? So this time, Teacher Apple only need to high five with Teacher Jane. So this time, we can see 3 times, right? And then think about the next king should be Teacher Jane. But does Teacher Jane still need to high five with anyone else? No need, right? So we can see this time, we just high five 3 times. This is one kind of question, that is, there is only one category. There is only one thing, only one stage, only one step. Okay, but everyone, this time, let's take a look. How can we use this to solve the problem? Okay, it is loading. Seems the internet is not that good. Wait for 5 more seconds. If you still cannot, maybe we have to skip it. Okay, fine. Let's skip this. Then everyone, this time, let's see. This time, just now we have only one category, right? We just high five. But this time we will have 2 categories. Let's see. This time, Teacher Jane is choosing my outfit today. I have a t-shirt, also 2 pants. Okay, so we can see my first question is, can Teacher Jane wear 2 pants together? Can or cannot? Definitely cannot, right? Okay, so everyone, this time when we high five and we choose the king, can we just match with this, and then choose the second king, the pant with the pant? Can or cannot? Definitely cannot, right? Okay, so everyone, this time, because we have 2 categories, so we need to think it another way. That is, firstly, we can see one shirt. We can have 2 choices, right? So this time we just see we can have one group of 2. That is 1 times 2. Give us 2. I have 2 choices. Okay, understand? Give me a big thumbs up. Then this time, let's move on. Okay, this time you can see Ash has 2 different types of shirts and 4 different types of pants. This time, let's see. Are they the same category? Yes or no? Can I wear 2 shirts without a pant? Or can I wear 2 pants without a shirt? Cannot, right? Okay, everyone. So this time, also 2 different categories. So let's see. If I want to select 1 shirt and 1 pants, then there are how many different ways? Let's see. So firstly, we start with the red shirt. How many different combinations of the red shirts? Let's count one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4, right? 4 for the first red shirt. And then how many combinations of the blue shirts? Let's count together. Type in your chat box. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I also have 4 choices, right? Okay, so everyone, let's see. Can we use shirt match with shirts? Cannot, right? Okay, so this is all the combinations that we can have. So everyone, you can see, because in the first category, we get 2 options. In the second category, we get 4 options. So that means we have 2 groups of 4. So when we write down the equation, 2 groups of 4, that give us 8 different ways in total. So this is why we use the times here. Understand? Give me a big thumbs up. Okay, then this time let's take a look at the question 12. Question 12. How many different ways connect city A to city C? So firstly, we can see here we got 2 stages, right? The first stage is from A to B. We get how many choices? Type in your chat box. We get 3 choices, right? And then from B to C, we get how many? 2 choices, right? Okay, so this time, it is just the same as what we did just now, right? So let's take a look. From A to B, we get 1, 2, 3. 3 choices, and then we need to go to C, right? So when from B to C, we get 1. So right now we can see 1, 2, 3. 3 choices that we can go from A to C. Okay, then everyone, let's see another group. Let me use the green color. Okay, from B to C, we still have another way. So 1, 2, 3. Another group of 3. So this time, what we need to do is just to use 3 times 2, give us 6. So the answer here is 6. Yahoo! 6 different ways. Everyone, if you can understand this time, give me a big thumbs up. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. If you still cannot understand, you can also just count one by one. But Teacher Jane, this way will be very useful for the future learning. So try your best to understand it, okay? Then this time, load the game. Oh, this time, okay. So everyone, let's see. Choose one food and one drink. How many different choices can we have? Okay, everyone, this time, let me see who is the quickest. Yeah, that will be 6, right? Can you tell me why 6? This time, are they the same category? No, there are different categories, right? Good job, that will be 6. Very fast. Okay, so you see, what we need to do is just to use 2 times 3, give us the 6, right? Because as for the first one, we get 2 choices. As for the second one, we get 3 choices. Okay, let's see one by one. Take a picture. And then juice with the pink one. And then juice with the hamburger. 3 different choices already, right? Then let's see. This time, juice, can we match with milk? Milk? Cannot, right? Okay, then let's see. How about milk with the others? Okay, milk with the pink bun. Strawberry one, I think. And milk with the hamburger. Burger King. Okay, so here are 6 different options. Congratulations! Then, around this time, let's move on. Question 13. Turn to the page of question 13, okay? Let's see. There are 3 triplets, which means that they born at the same time, right? And they are called as Alex, Janet, and Steve. And their sister Mary, who is 4 years older than them. And they are 24 years old together 3 years ago. How old is Mary today? So, everyone, I get a problem. We only know the information about them 3 years ago, right? But we are gonna calculate their age today. So, what we need to do is just to firstly plus 3 years to each one of them, okay? Let's see. Alex need to plus 3 years. Janet plus 3 years. Steve plus 3 years. And Sister Mary also need to plus 3 years. So right now, can you tell me what is the sum of their age right now? The sum of their age today. Yeah, that will be 4 times 3 equals 12. And then 24 plus 12 equals 36, right? So in this year, today, they are 36 years old altogether. This is their sum, right? And then we also know that Alex, Janet, Steve, they are of the same age, and their sister is 4 years older than them. So this time, our old friend bar model is coming. We can see Alex, Janet, Steve, they are of the same age, so we can just draw the same length bar for them. all of them of the same age, right? And then their sister Mary, is it still the same age? No, 4 years older, right? You can draw a longer bar or you just label +4 also can. And the sum of them is 36, which means 4 bars together +4 equals 36, right? So this time, everyone, let's calculate together. That will be 4 bars plus equals 36 minus 4 equals 32, right? So 4 times what equals 32? Yes, that will be 8. So is this our final answer? No, be careful. How old is Mary today? So for Mary, it will be 1 bar plus 4, right? So her age will be 8 plus 4 equals 12. So the answer here should be D. Yahoo! Good job, everyone. Then this time, let's move on. Okay, so this time we're gonna talk about the question 14. And before that, let's review what we learned several weeks ago. That is, we talk about the cubes, right? And we also know the vertex, the edge, the face, also the net. Face is just a flat face on it, right? Sometimes it is flat, sometimes it's curved, but as for a cube, it is flat. It is just a flat surface. And then the vertex is just a point where the edges meet with each other. The edge is just the line on it. You can also find the edge of the desk, right? It's just a line. And then the net is like, after you can imagine you use a paper to make the cube and then unfold it, you just get the net, right? Okay, so everyone, we can see this time. Last week, we talked about how can we observe the different nets for the cubes. But this time, we're going to talk about the opposite faces and adjacent faces. Let's take a look. You can see the faces says we are connected together and we are adjacent faces on the cube. Adjacent means they are next to each other. They are connected to each other. Okay? They are connected to each other. And then you see this one, it says we are opposite faces on the cube. Everyone, you can imagine after you fold it, these two parts, because there are still another face in between here. So they are opposite faces. And then this one, we can call it as the I shape. The I shape can help us find opposite faces on the cube, okay? You can see this is just like the eyes, and this is just like the nose. I draw a big pig nose, a big pig nose. And then around you see the I shape can help us find opposite faces. And then you see this one, it says we are also opposite faces on the cube. And this one is called as Z shape. Last time, teacher Jane sent you a document, right? Inside there are also about the opposite faces and adjacent faces. You can let your parent print it out, and then you can just cut it down and then fold it to observe the opposite faces, okay? Then everyone, this time, let's see. When there are any of the 4 patterns in part of the net, the 2 ends of the pattern must be opposite faces. The faces with the stars, they are opposite faces. The first one, it is just the I shape, right? The I shape, you still remember? Okay, draw a pig nose. And then the second one, you see, this one is Z shape, the end of the Z, right? This one also Z shape. And the last one also Z shape, right? Okay, so the Z shape and I shape can help us a lot. When you are finding the opposite faces, find the I shape first and then the Z shape. It will be easier. Okay, understand? Then around this time, let's try the question together. Okay, let me find the page. Okay, so everyone, let's do some PK game time and try to see if you're already familiar with the opposite faces, okay? Are they opposite faces? Type A or B in your chat box, okay? Which one you choose? Are they opposite faces? The blue part. No, right? Because you can see opposite faces, are they I shape or Z shape? No. Okay, this time. Are they opposite faces? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, you can also tell me, are they I shape or Z shape? I shape, right? Okay, then this time, are they opposite faces, A or B? Yes, A, because they are Z shape, right? Then this time, are they opposite faces, A or B? No, because you see, are they I shape? No. Are they Z shape? No. Okay, then this time, everyone, let's see the question 14. Which cube can be made from the given part? Okay, so when we are looking at the cubes and compare with its nets, the opposite faces can help us a lot. Because everyone, let's see the option A. Let's see the option A, everyone. Focus on the option A. You can see what are the three faces on the cube, on the net. This one, the shaded part. This one, the big arrow. And then this one, the square, right? Okay, so everyone, let me ask you a question. If the two faces, they are adjacent, they are connected to each other, is it possible that they are opposite faces? If they are adjacent, they are connected to each other. Is it possible that they are opposite faces? Definitely no, right? So we can see in this picture, these two, they are connected. This is fine. So we can see they are connected like this is fine. But you see, this one and this one, they are opposite faces. This is Z shape, right? Is it possible that they are adjacent, they are next to each other? Yes or no? Y or N? Yes or no? Definitely cannot. Okay, so everyone, we can see this is why option A is wrong. We can never choose it. Okay, this is a very common question type in the competition, so make sure you can understand it. Okay, the option A is wrong because opposite faces cannot be adjacent, cannot be next to each other. Then this time, let's take a look at the option B. The option B. We can see this time, what are the three faces we are comparing? The square, the arrow. But do we know which arrow? Right now, we don't know, but according to the direction, everyone, you can see the arrow, it is pointing to the other side of the square, right? So it must be this one, because this one, you see, is it like opposite to the square shape? No, so it must be this arrow on the top. And then we can see the next shape is the big arrow, right? Like this. So we can see after we fold it, is it possible that the same as the net? No, right? Because you can see this arrow is on the right side of this arrow, right? But in this picture, this arrow is on the left side. So this is why option B is wrong. So option B is wrong because of wrong position of faces. The first one is wrong because opposite faces cannot be adjacent. Okay, and then let's see the option C. Option C. This time we can see option C. Why this one is wrong? Here we got a circle, an arrow, and a square. You can see the arrow, the line is towards the square shape, right? But you can see on the net, do we have an arrow that the line is towards the circle? No, we don't have. You see the arrow is towards the circle or the side of it is towards the circle, right? So we can see the option C is wrong because of wrong direction. Take down the note on your paper. Option C is wrong because of the wrong direction. Then let's see the option D. Option D. We can see this time also the circle, arrow, the shaded part. Okay, so we can see this is circle, right? And the arrow. We can see the line is towards the circle. Do we have an arrow that the line is towards the circle? No, we don't have. So actually option D is the same reason why it is wrong as the option C because of the wrong direction. Okay? Because of the wrong direction. Then option E, after we double check, this one is the only one that is correct. Okay? Everyone, this time, if you can understand, type 1 in your chat box. Okay, then everyone, this time, let's move on to question 15. As shown in the picture, Xixi saw from the mirror on the wall that the time on the electronic clock across the wall was 25:05 inch. It's just about the symmetry, right? So firstly, we draw the line of symmetry and then draw it out, starting from the one that is the closest part towards the mirror. Okay, everyone, let's draw it together. Okay, so we can see what is the number here. Let's draw it together. Okay, so after we do it, we will see which one is the correct answer. That will be A. Good job. Then this time, let's move on. Question 16. This one, I just give you a clue. Always find the good friend pairs, do the plus altogether, okay? This one is easy. Then let's move on. This time, before we move on, let's see. Here, let's warm up together. The question 18. Everyone, turn to the page of question 18. What number is hidden behind the flower? But before that, let's warm up. Today in the morning, Pip says, "Help, help! I accidentally split ink on my homework. Can you help me figure out what number were originally written?" Okay, so everyone, we can see when we are doing this kind of question, which digit should we start with? The ones digit or the tens digit? The ones digit, right? Because when we do plus or minus, we always start from the ones digit. So this question just become 3 plus something equals 5. So what is the missing number? Type in your chat box. That will be 2, right? So here the number should be 2. And then this time, let's take a look. We move on to the tens place, right? Some number plus 1 give us 2. Then what is the missing number? Type in your chat box. That will be 1. Good job. So this is how we solve the problem. Always start from the ones digit and then what goes one by one. Then this time, let's level up a little bit. This time, let's see. Some number plus 9 equals 1. Is it possible, everyone? Some number plus 9 equals 1. Is it possible? No, definitely cannot, right? So that means there must be a carryover. A carryover. So every time when we see this kind of question, we need to label the carryover, the naughty one on the top, okay? So actually, that means this missing number plus 9 equals 11. But why we don't write down 11 here? Because we can never have 2 digits. 2 numbers for 1 digit, right? So we can see what is the missing number here. Type in your chat box. That should be 2. Okay, then let's move on to this part. Some number, okay, let's see. Am I correct? 3 plus missing number equals 5. So the number here should be 2. Am I correct? Yes or no? No, Teacher Jane is wrong. Because don't forget the naughty one on the top. That means the carryover 1 plus 3 and then plus the missing number equals 5, right? So the missing number here should be 1. Good job. So this is how we do the plus. Okay, then everyone, let's move on. Let me see the minus part. Okay, the minus. This time, let's see. It's me again. Okay, Pip says, oh, it's me again. Please help me figure out what numbers are covered by the ink blots. So you can see this time, are we still doing plus? We are doing minus, right? So you can see 8 minus something equals 1. Then what is the missing number here? That will be 7, right? And then let's move on to the tens place. Some number minus 1 equals 1. Then what is the missing number? That will be 2. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. Still the same. Start from the right side to the tens place or the hundreds place, okay? Sorry. So this time we can move on to the question. Okay, question 18, right? So this time let's take a look. What number is hidden behind the flower, the red flower? This time we can see here we got the tens place and the ones place. Which digit should we start with? Type in your chat box. Yeah, we need to start with the ones digit, right? But that means the blue flower minus 6 equals 8. Is this possible? What is the blue flower represent? What minus 6 give us 8? 14, right? But can I just write down 14 here? Can or cannot? Yes or no? No, right? Because for one digit, we can only have one number. Then where we get the 10 from? We get the 10 borrowed from the tens place, right? So after we borrow 1, the 9 will become 8. Okay, so this question just becomes 8 minus the red flower give us 5. So the red flower equals how many? 3. Very well done. So this is how we solve the problem. Then around this time, let's move on. Question 19. Question 19 says, Amy standing directly behind Brian in a queue. Okay, this is queuing problem. We already talked about this, right? So step 1, we find the main character in this question. Firstly, let's draw a flag to show where is the front. Amy is standing directly behind Brian. So when we are drawing the main character, it should be like this. And then there are 14 people behind Amy. So behind Amy, Amy is not included, right? So we can see behind Amy, there are 14. And 17 people in front of Brian. Brian is also not counted, right? So in front of Brian, there are 17. How many people are there all together in the queue? So we just see, we draw the people in front and behind, find the total. If we want to find the total, we just do the plus, right? So 17 plus 2 plus 14 equals 33. This is how we do it. Okay? And don't forget the answer in the answer blank, 33. Okay, then this time, let's move on. Question 20. This time, actually, this is a typical question about the shapes in equation. In this kind of question, the same shape means the same number. Okay? And we always start from the equation got only one shape. Can you tell me there are 3 equations? 1, 2, 3. Which one do you need to start with? 1, 2, 3. Which one? Type in your chat box. 2, right? Because there's only one missing shape. That means the duck times duck equals 16. Can you tell me what times what equals 16? The same number. 4 times 4 equals 16, right? So all the ducks in this question is 4. Then this time, which equation do we start with? Type in your chat box. Yes, good job. The first one, right? Because only one missing shape right now. That means the horse minus 4 equals 3. So what is the number here? 7. So all the same shape in this question is 7. And then this time we just do with the last equation, right? This time it becomes 7 times 4 plus the bear equals 31. 28 plus the bear equal 31. So the missing shape here should be 3. Okay, so after we calculate 7 plus 4 plus 3, that gives us 14. Okay, then everyone, let's move on to the next question. Let me see which one do we need to start with. Okay, question 21. Let's see question 21, everyone. If Justin wants to form some 4-digit numbers with the digit 8503, he can form how many numbers? So if we want to have 4 digits, everyone tell me, what are they called? This is ones digit. Let's label together on a paper. And then tens place, and then hundreds place, thousands place, right? So everyone, this time, let's take a look. Just now, we learned a very easy way. That is, we can use the times. Do you still remember different categories? Yeah, this time also different categories, right? So you can think about the shorts. Can it, the skirts, can it match with skirts? Or like the pants, can we match with the pants without the t-shirt? Cannot, right? So this time, let's think it one by one. So as for the thousands digit, we can have how many different options? For the thousands digit, we have 3 options, right? 8 or 5 or 3. Can we choose 0? Can or cannot? Cannot, right? Because 0 can never be the highest place value. Okay, then let's move on to the hundreds place. As for the hundreds place, we can have how many different options? 4, right? Because when we, 3, right? Because after we choose one number for the 1,000 already, we can only choose the numbers left, right? So here you can see, as for the hundreds place, maybe we can choose 5 or 0 or 3. And then here we can choose 8 or 0 or 3. And here we can choose 8, 5, or 0, right? Okay, so as for the hundreds place, each one of them can have 3 choices. Okay, 3 groups of 3 that give us 3 times 3. Okay, understand this? Give me a big thumbs up. And then let's see. As for the next digit, we can have how many choices? Okay, let's do the times. So just now, for the 1,000 and the hundreds, we already choose 2 numbers, right? So as for the tens place, we only have 2 numbers left. So for example, as for the 5, we have 0 or 3 left. As for the 0, we have 5 or 3 left. As for the 3, we have 5 or 0 left. So as for the tens place, we have 2 choices left for each group. We times 2. And then as for these 2 parts, they are also the same. I won't list them one by one, okay? And then everyone, let's move on to the last part. As for the ones digit, we still have how many numbers to choose? Yes, 1, right? Because this time, we have only 1 card left. Okay, so like this. So what we need to do is just to time 1, okay? So after we do the calculation, this time we will know we can form 18 numbers in total. Okay, everyone, if you can understand, type in your chat. Type 1 in your chat box. This is super useful, okay? Think about this is because they are from different categories. And think about how many choices we can have for each category. Then do the times, it will be fine. Okay, so everyone, this time, let's move on. Question 22. Question 22. Okay, Class A has 47 more students than Class B. How many students need to move from Class A to B so that A will have 9 more students than Class B? Okay, so everyone, this time, let's think about the question. Teacher Jane has 2 ways to do it, but let's try the magic arrow. Okay, I draw an arrow. The left side means fewer, the right side means more, okay? So because we can see who has more in this question, A or B? A has more, right? So we draw A here. And then as for B, it has fewer, so we draw it on the left side. And we know what is the difference between them. 47, right? Okay, so this time we can see after move from A to B so that A still has 9 more than B. So everyone, let's think about a question. If A gives B 1, minus 1, then B at the same time, it will plus how many? 1, right? The number that A gives to B equals the number that B gets. Okay, so we can see if A gives B 2, then that means B will get how many more? 2 more. So the number that we give is the same as the number that the other one get. Okay, so we can see this time, after A gives some to B, their difference is 9, which means this part is 9. We also know these two parts, they are the same, so we can call them as one unit, U, okay? So this time you will notice that U plus 9 plus another unit equals 47. That means 2 units equals 47 minus 9 equals 38. So 1 unit equals how many? 19. So we can see unit is just 19. How many students need to move from A to B? 19, right? 19. Okay. You can also use bar model to solve this kind of problem. But when we are doing the shifting to equality question, but after shifting, if they are not the same, the magic arrow will be easier, okay? Then around this time, let's move on. Question 23. We can use matchsticks to form number from 0 to 9 as shown in the figure 1. A 4-digit number 2021 has been formed using matchsticks as shown in the figure 2. You may add up to 6 matchsticks to form a new 4-digit number. Okay, so everyone, my question is, we need to add matchstick. Is it take away? No. Is it move the position? No. We just add, right? So everyone, this time, let's see, what is the largest possible value? So several weeks ago, we already said that if the number need to be the largest, that means the highest place value need to be the largest, right? So we can see the largest number is 9. Then can we make a 9 here? Seems cannot, right? Because you can see at the bottom here, we got a stick. So seems can never make a 9. Then the second biggest number is 8. So how about we make a 8 here? So we already used 2 matchsticks, right? So right now we still have 4 left. Everyone show me with the fingers to remind yourself. We still have 4 left. And then as for this is thousands, this is hundreds. How can we make sure the hundredths digit is also the biggest? Can we make a 9 here? No, we can only make 8, right? But 8 is also very big. So right now we still have how many matchsticks? 3. Okay, then let's see. As for the next digit, what is the biggest number that we can form? Yeah, we can also make a 8, right? 1, 2. We use another two sticks. So right now we still have how many left? Just 1, right? So can we do something else? Yeah, we can just make it become a 7, right? So here the answer is 8,887. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. Then around this time, let's move on. Question 24. This one is super tricky, I know that. Study the pattern below. What is the value of the missing number here? This is a real question in the past TASMO. So also this type of question will be a bit tricky. So everyone, let's try it together. After we observe, we seems like cannot get the sum or times or something. with the relationship of the numbers on the top, right? So actually this time it is combination of it is just like we combine we split the numbers in two parts and observe one by one. That is, for example, everyone, we can see the number that teacher Jane used the red pen to underline. There are some relationship between them. For example, you can see 3 plus 3 equals 6. 6 plus 3 equals 9. 1 plus 4 1 plus 3 equals 4. And then 7 plus 10 equals 7 plus 3 equals 10. So as for here, the last one, we need to do 2 plus 3, right? It equals how many? Type in your chat box. 5. So here the answer should be 5. And then as for the number in front, as for the digits in front, let's see how can we do. Here we got 6 and 5, 9 and 9. Seems like there's not some obvious relationship, right? Then what should we do? Everyone, let's see. Is there anything special with the relationship between them? That is, everyone, we can see the difference of the two numbers below times 3 is the numbers on the top. Let's see. Okay, everyone, let's take a look. 5 minus 3 equals 2, right? And then 2 times 3 equals 6. Then we can see the difference between the two numbers below is 3. Times 3, we get 9. And then the numbers below the difference is 5. Times 3, we got 15, right? And then the numbers below 8 and 7, the difference is 1. After we times 3, we get a 3. So the last one, we also find the difference. That is 4, right? And times 3, what can we get? 12. So here the answer is 125. Okay, then everyone, last question for today. This time, we also need to see the 5 people A, B, C, D, E describe their ages as following. Okay, so every time when we compare a lot of items, we can try to use the magic arrow to help us, right? Okay, so everyone, let's draw a magic arrow together. Okay, A says, I am 6 years older than the younger one. Okay, do we know who is the younger one? Still don't know, right? But we can label a dot here. And 6 years older. So we can label this is 6 plus 6. Then we can get 8. And then after we finish this clue, we can take it. Then B says, I am 5 years younger than D. So this time still cannot make sure where is B and D, right? Then let's move on. C says, I am 4 years older than D. So right now we can know B is younger than D and C is older than D, right? So their relationship should be like this. And C is 4 years older. And then let's see, D says, I am 3 years older than E. So D is 3 years older than E and B is 5 years younger than D. So we can see E should be in between them, right? And D is 3 years older than E. So here is their relationship. So tell me, who is the youngest? B, right? So we can see right now their relationship looks like this. B is the youngest, and then there should be E. And then there will be D. And we also know that E is 3 years younger than D. Oh, let me change another color. 3 years. And then B is 5 years younger than D. Okay, then everyone, we can see. We also know that C is 4 years older than D. So here is their relationship. But everyone, let's see, am I correct? Is C look like this? No, everyone, let's see. C is 4 years older than D. We also know the left part here is 5 years old, right? We also know the total difference between A and B is 6. That means the part on the right side, this is 1, right? So actually, C is even older than A. So C should be here. Okay, we know the difference between A and D is 1 year old. Our task is to see what is the difference between A and E. Let's take a look one by one, okay? Everyone, let's see. Between A and E, A is here. Let me change another color. A is here, E is here. We know that B and D, their difference is 5. That means the difference between A and D is 1, right? And then we also know the difference between E and D is 3. So that means the total difference here is just to do 3 plus 1 equals 4. So this is how we solve the problem. Okay, so everyone, let's just do the magic arrow and solve the problem. Okay, so this is all for today's class, everyone. Looking forward to, we don't have sessions anymore. So after the class, make sure you let your parent to do the registration for your TASMO. And next week, make sure you review your sample paper and everything. Okay, everyone, bye-bye.